Good evening, I'm Steve Johnson. Be sure to get our app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also watch the Dove on our website or on our Roku channel. Well, from the Dove newsroom at this hour, the Supreme Court has upheld a judgment allowing families of victims of Iranian-sponsored terrorism to collect nearly $2 billion. The court today ruling 6-2 in favor of relatives of the 241 U.S. service members who died in a 1983 terrorist attack in Beirut and other attacks that courts have linked to Iran. Iran's central bank had tried to stave off court orders that would allow the relatives to be paid for their losses. Well, there is more good news on the jobs front in southern Oregon. For yet another month, unemployment has fallen now to 5.1%. While retail trade saw a significant drop in jobs over the month, gains overall amounted to 400 new jobs being filled. Economist Guy Tower says this happened at a time when the month of March is not a significant time for job growth.
On the payroll employment side, March is a pretty quiet month, so we continue to lose some jobs in retail trade, so we're down about 300 jobs over the month in retail. But on the other hand, we're adding jobs this time of year in leisure and hospitality. We're up a few jobs, 140 or so in leisure and hospitality. Added a few jobs in manufacturing, about 70 jobs as well there. So it's kind of a mixed bag in March.
Now, slight job increases were also seen along the coast, with Josephine County holding steady at 6% unemployment from February to March. Prosecutor has told jurors that the evidence of guilt is overwhelming against a Portland military veteran accused of taking part in the brutal killing of a Eugene man in 2012. A.J. Nelson was one of 3 people charged in the slaying of Celestino Gutierrez. The others, that is, have been convicted, and one was sentenced to death. Nelson's attorney said his client had no intent to take part in the crime and was threatened into going along with that plan. Deborah Thatcher has been named president of Umpqua Community College. She arrives from a university in rural New York. The Umpqua presidency has been handled on an interim basis since Joe Olson retired last summer. Rita Caven was interim president last October when the Roseburg campus was the site of a mass shooting. The Independent Party of Oregon getting some clarity this week about how it'll be allowed to pick a presidential nominee during its first state-run primary election next month. Oregon Department of Justice saying that whichever presidential candidate wins the most write-ins on the ballot doesn't necessarily have to be the nominee. Instead, party leaders have the final say under certain parameters. Let's take a look at the weather scene for our area. And for Northern California and Wairika, partly cloudy and 44 tonight. Mostly sunny and 71 tomorrow, only 58 with rain expected on Friday. Moving into the Klamath Basin area, we can expect clear skies, a low of 38, 68 and mostly sunny Thursday with rain coming in and only 58 on Friday. Along the Oregon coastal area, we can expect partly cloudy skies, 67 tomorrow for the high, 58 on Friday with a good chance for maybe even some thunderstorm activity. In the Bend area of central Oregon, rain is a good possibility tonight. Clearing out tomorrow, the high of 77, then only 57 the high for Friday with rain expected. And for southern Oregon in the Medford, Grants Pass, and Ashland area, partly cloudy, 10% chance of rain. 75 the high tomorrow with also slight chance of rain increasing on Friday with a high of 61. That's a look at news and weather. You're up to date right here on the Dove.